Hey everyone, it's Nova, and I just want to say the Mika Underground map guide is coming soon next week. Keep your eyes out for it.
Subscribe to Nova.
First tip is FOMO, fear of missing out. It's a super dangerous thing, and it's something that I even have to remind myself of half the time. When I'm on low HP with no NRSs and the odds are not in my favor, or when I'm playing seriously, I have to remind myself of this from time to time. Most of us have had this happen to us, and we're really greedy, and soon enough, we end up kind of paying the price for it and losing that tier 6 armor or that AK alpha or that GPU or something valuable that we found in the raid. It is okay to just leave the raid if extracts are open. It's not required of you to have a full bag every single time you go into a raid. So basically, take that kitted scar that you got from that player or that tier 6 or that GPU or whatever you find valuable and make your way out of the raid. Obviously, you can go for more loot on the way, like while you're walking to your destination or while you're walking to extract. But if your main goal is to progress in extract, after you find something valuable is probably the most important thing, and honestly should be priority. It shouldn't be priority of like, oh, I have something valuable, but I still want to kill. No, leave. Go make your money from that loot that you just got. It doesn't matter if you get a kill or not. If you find a GPU, dude, it does not matter. Camp, rat, do anything in your serious power to keep that item. You don't have to shoot your shots. You don't have to make noise. Even if a player passes you up and you have something valuable, don't even move, because honestly, it should be priority for you to survive. This is a survival game. This game is not meant for getting kills and getting as many kills as possible. If that was the case, it would be more like Contractors, or it would be more like Pablo, or it would be more like Onward. This game is about survival, and survival is the most important tip of this game, and it should be priority. It should be your number one priority in this game. So next time you get that GPU, dude, just extract. It's no point to stay in, because once you die, then what? You're mad at yourself because, oh, I died with the GPU, da da da. You caused that problem. You took that fight. You chose to do what you did. So once you find something valuable, extract, please. Tip number 2. One moment, guys. Sorry guys, I had to go answer the door because this video is sponsored by KIWI's Design. Okay, so this video is sponsored by KIWI's Designs. They sent me this beautiful battery audio head strap. And also, they sent me something else as well.
They also sent me this beautiful Quest 2 charging dock. No longer do I have to place it on my desk and plug it in to charge it. All I have to do now is drop my Quest on the charging dock and boom. You can also place your beautiful Quest 2 controllers onto the charging stands with the rechargeable batteries and it will automatically charge. Click the link in the description for 5% off of any purchases. And also, thank you again to KIWI's Designs for the sponsor of this video.
Focusing on survival is more important than looting half of the map in one raid and unnecessarily taking fights. It's literally a waste of time because 80% of the players that I've met won't really have anything of value, and getting into a fight with them is basically like taking your mag and throwing it at a wall, because basically what I mean by this is you're wasting ammo on them, and it only leads to you probably getting third-partied by the players or even a scav shooting you. And even if you end up winning this whole encounter, there's a decent chance that they won't really have anything of value that you can grab off them if they're not really carrying a gear tech or even a regular bag. Most of the time they're mostly carrying a sling, not to mention the guns and the armor are usually basic stuff that you won't really need anyway. Obviously some will have loot that you probably want, but nothing that you can't go around maybe, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes and basically find yourself. I personally avoid these fights if I'm not hard rushing for PvP, unless I'm doing quests which specifically require me to kill players. Half of Spectre's quest. But obviously if you're in a situation where leaving isn't an option, then go for the head top then. I mean, I wouldn't stick around to loot, because most of the time you're finished popping your NRS, searching their bag, pulling items out of their bag, putting items into your bag. There's most likely a high chance a third party has their eyes on your location. Also, make goals for yourself, such as finding 3 NRSs or even a box of AP ammo. Instead of going into a raid and just seeing whatever happens, plan out a route in your head where you can go to spots depending on your spawn, but also have a goal for every single raid you go into. It makes it a lot easier for you to leave once you got your item that you're looking for. and also only take fights that are in your favor, guys. I'm on the top of Labs 23. Someone popped out their laser looking into woods out on top of the rocks, kind of. Seeing him, I let off a few shots, and I don't know if I killed him or not, but the second I try to move into a better position, as you can see, I get shot at from the woods. I know where this player is because of the muzzle flash, but I decided to drop down the ladder and creep my way inside of the building, as you can see here. Basically, in my head, there are two kids that I know their positions from. Here and somewhere over here, kind of over here, maybe, I don't really know. But basically, instead of taking that 50-50 with the kids in the woods and waiting for the other guy to peek me from the rocks, I decided I'm just gonna fully disengage from the whole fight in general, because I already know they both know my location from the shots that I just let off from the kid on the rocks, so they can both just pinch me. So instead of dying, I just fully disengage. Learning what to do in these situations could be the reason that you're dying all the time. And learning from these situations could be the reason that you actually live all the time. If you actually know what to do and basically kind of map out in your head what to do, your next time in this pinch, or even in certain pinch situations, kind of always think in your head, what's the smartest way that I can get away from this fight? Because basically that is the end all goal. What's the smartest way that I can get away from this fight? One thing I see a lot of players in Tabor, old and new, is being afraid to invest in their gear and bringing expensive gear inside of a raid, or bringing anything at all, at that matter. The fear of losing loot, basically gear fear. So I think Tabor would be better balanced if they had a loot pool and kind of a system like Tarkov, where if you bring in a pistol into raid, all the scavs will basically mark you and kill you, just like this clip here, basically forcing the player to actually bring in loot. But what I've noticed is that players only run naked when they're trying to sell things or going in because there's basically no risk. Most of the time players die at the end of the day because Tabor isn't a money simulator, it's a survival game. But you should actually use the money that you've earned and basically kind of use that as a long run. Because basically at the end of the day, if you survive that one raid, that you got those 2 kills on, that you got some nice loot on, that you got a bunch of stuff in your bag for, go ahead and sell that. Invest that into the next raid you go in. Invest that into the next raid you go in, and invest that into the next raid you go in. But if you die, it is really easy to earn money into this game, literally just by surviving another raid. Now, one last thing I want to touch on is learning the maps. Please, I talk about this so much. It is, oh my god, it's incredible how much I talk about this. New and even some veteran players don't even know this, that the maps are static, meaning that the player spawns, loots, the extracts oftentimes are going to be in the same exact spots in the same exact areas. So learning the maps, the spawns, the extracts, and the hotspots are extremely valuable. And learning where you spawn, learning where other players spawn at, and learning where players extract at, learning where players rotate at, learning the PvP zones in the map, learning the hotspots, learning how to properly flank around. All of that will add to surviving more raids. And also, don't feel like you have to learn the map in a day. Learning all the maps in a single week, but you don't have to. Basically, pay attention when you're playing the map. If you're playing with a duo or even buddies that know more about the game and you're just kind of following them aimlessly, just following them around like a baby duck, then you honestly won't really learn the map or retain any of the knowledge because you're basically just following them blindly. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll also be streaming this Saturday at 8:15 p.m. Central Standard Time, and also we'll be having a special guest with us as well and doing a crazy challenge. Again, keep a lookout for the map guide next Friday because we will be going in detail on that. But also, we have maybe a double upload next week. Go ahead and vote on the voting poll to let me know your guys' decision. Have a nice night or day wherever you are. Peace.